Yo, America, we need to talk about Bob Menendez. This is a story that's got everything: power, ambition, and a dramatic fall from grace. This dude was living the American dream, went from humble beginnings to one of the most powerful positions in the US Senate. Imagine climbing the ladder from a small-town kid to a big-time senator. Representing New Jersey, he was on top of the world. He had the respect, the influence, and the power to make real change. But now, he's facing some serious jail time. The tables have turned, and it's not looking good for him.
What happened? How did it all go so wrong? Corruption, my friends, plain and simple. Allegations of bribery, fraud, and misuse of his office have surfaced. Seems like good old Bob got a little too comfortable with the high life. Lavish trips, expensive gifts, and a lifestyle that screamed excess. And let's just say his fall from grace? Epic. We're talking about a man who had it all and lost it in the blink of an eye. We're talking Icarus flying too close to the sun levels of epic. He soared high, but his wings melted under the heat of scrutiny. This isn't just another political scandal. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and greed. This is about the abuse of power, the erosion of trust, and a big old stain on the American political system. It's a reminder that no one is above the law. So buckle up, because things are about to get interesting. The courtroom drama is just beginning, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Stay tuned, America.
Bob Menendez's story starts out like a classic American dream. Born to Cuban immigrants who sought a better life in the United States, he grew up in Union City, New Jersey, a place known for its vibrant immigrant community and rich cultural tapestry. We're talking working-class roots, folks. His parents worked tirelessly to provide for the family, instilling in Bob a strong work ethic and a sense of determination. But Bob, he was ambitious. He studied law with a fervor, driven by a desire to make a difference. He climbed the political ladder, starting from local politics and working his way up. Eventually, he found himself representing the very state he grew up in, a testament to his dedication and hard work.
He served in the House of Representatives, where he made a name for himself as a passionate advocate for his constituents. Then, bam, he's elected to the Senate in 2006. Talk about a glow-up. His rise to the Senate was seen as a victory for the working class and immigrants alike. For years, he championed progressive causes, fought for immigration reform, and worked tirelessly to ensure that the voices of the underrepresented were heard. He was a vocal critic of some pretty shady dealings, always ready to call out corruption and fight for transparency, but behind that squeaky clean image, there were whispers, rumors, and eventually allegations. Yeah, there was a whole lot of shady going on. Investigations revealed a darker side to his story, one that would challenge his legacy and raise questions about the true nature of his rise to power.
For years, rumors swirled around Menendez. People whispered about his ties to a wealthy Florida eye doctor, Salomon Melgen. This wasn't just any doctor, though. This guy was showering Menendez with lavish gifts. Private jet flights? Check. Luxury vacations? You bet. Campaign donations? Oh, you better believe it.
Now, politicians get accused of shady dealings all the time, but these allegations against Menendez, they were different. They were specific, they were persistent, and they painted a picture of a man more interested in lining his own pockets than serving his constituents.
In 2015, the hammer dropped. The Justice Department hit Menendez with a 14-count indictment. We're talking bribery, honest services fraud, you name it. The government claimed Menendez used his power as a senator to benefit Dr. Melgen in exchange for all those sweet, sweet gifts.
Menendez, of course, denied everything. He claimed he and Melgen were just good friends. He said the gifts were just tokens of their friendship. But the prosecution, they weren't buying it. They presented mountains of evidence, witnesses who testified against him, and a whole lot of receipts for those friendly gifts. Section 5. The Doctor, the Senator, and a Shower of Gold. The trial was like something out of a movie, full of twists, turns, and enough drama to make your head spin. It was a spectacle that captivated the nation, drawing in viewers from all walks of life who were eager to see how the story would unfold. The courtroom was packed with journalists, legal experts, and curious onlookers, all waiting to see if justice would be served.
The prosecution laid out a clear case, meticulously detailing every aspect of the alleged corruption. They painted a picture of a senator who had lost his way, entangled in a web of greed and deceit. Menendez, they argued, used his Senate office as a personal ATM. He pushed for policies that benefited Melgen's business interests, intervened in government investigations on Melgen's behalf, and even pressured foreign governments to give Melgen favorable treatment. The evidence was damning, showing a pattern of behavior that was hard to ignore.
And the gifts? They were more than just tokens of friendship. They weren't just friendly gestures. They were bribes, pure and simple. The prosecution showed how Menendez's lifestyle became increasingly lavish as his relationship with Melgen deepened. They even presented evidence of Menendez staying at Melgen's villa in the Dominican Republic with, shall we say, some very close company. The luxurious trips, the expensive meals, the extravagant gifts, all of it pointed to a senator who had been bought and paid for. The defense, of course, had their own story to tell, but the evidence was hard to refute. The trial was a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the lengths to which some will go to maintain their influence. Section 6. A guilty verdict reverberates. After weeks of testimony, the jury reached a verdict. Guilty on all counts. The courtroom erupted. Menendez, the once powerful senator, was now a convicted felon.
The judge didn't hold back, calling Menendez's actions a betrayal of the public trust.
The verdict sent shockwaves through the political establishment. It was a stark reminder that no one, not even a powerful senator, is above the law. But what did it mean for Menendez? Well, for starters, he was facing some serious jail time. But the fallout went far beyond that. Section 7, the price of power, Menendez's legacy tarnished. The guilty verdict tarnished Menendez's reputation. His legacy, once filled with promise and potential, was now forever stained by scandal. He resigned from his position on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee.
His political career, once so bright, was hanging by a thread. But the damage extended beyond Menendez himself. His conviction eroded public trust in the government. It reinforced the cynicism many Americans already felt towards their elected officials.
It was a reminder that power, when left unchecked, can corrupt even the best of intentions. Section 8. Beyond the verdict, public trust eroded. The Menendez trial wasn't just about one corrupt politician. It was about a system that often seems rigged in favor of the wealthy and powerful. It was about the undue influence of money in politics. It was about the erosion of trust in our elected officials.
The verdict, while a victory for justice, left many Americans feeling disillusioned and disheartened. If a senator could get away with this kind of blatant corruption, what hope was there for holding others accountable? The trial raised more questions than it answered, leaving a lingering sense of unease about the state of American politics.
Section 9. The fight continues, appeals and political maneuvering. But hold up, the story doesn't end there. Menendez, he wasn't done fighting.
I vow to appeal the verdict, claiming prosecutorial misconduct and a bunch of other legal jargon that would make your head spin.
And you know what? He caught a break. The appeals court overturned some of the charges, citing insufficient evidence. The remaining charges, they were eventually dropped after a mistrial. Yeah, you heard that right, a mistrial. It was a legal roller coaster that left everyone wondering what just happened. Section 10, a cautionary tale, the importance of accountability. So, Menendez walked free. But let's be clear, he didn't get off scot-free. The trial, the verdict, the whole ordeal left a mark. It served as a potent reminder that even the most powerful figures in our society are not above the law.
The Menendez case highlighted the importance of transparency and accountability in government. It sparked a conversation about the influence of money in politics and the need for campaign finance reform. It showed that while justice may be slow, it can and should prevail.
Section 11. Justice prevails, but at what cost? The saga of Bob Menendez is a cautionary tale. It's a story about the seductive nature of power, the corrosive effects of corruption, and the enduring importance of accountability. While the legal system ultimately held Menendez accountable, at least to some degree, the saga left many wondering,
was justice truly served? What message does this send about the power dynamics in our society? And most importantly, what can we do to prevent something like this from happening again? These are questions we must all grapple with if we want to build a more just and equitable society. Peace out.